Fast forward back to 2007. I was starting to face this rhetoric of, you don't belong here. Go back to where you came from. I am 24 years old now. I've lived in North Carolina for over 22 and a half years. Go back to where?
I met Moises in the fall of 2012. We had a really deep connection. I asked him about the DREAM Act and about Kay Hagan, who was a Democratic senator who had voted against the DREAM Act. And so we had a really emotional exchange.
The reason why I really allowed Tiffany to follow me is because I think this issue is of extreme importance to me.
We were compelled by how brave he was, both as being undocumented and being gay, especially in a place like North Carolina.
Human beings are not one-dimensional, and therefore our struggles aren't either, right? So it really speaks about those intersections of oppression.
I am often in a position as a documentary filmmaker where I'm telling somebody else's story that I have not lived their experience. I want to get out of the way as much as possible, give them a microphone so they can tell their story.
I really trusted her. She worked really hard to not sensationalize a story, to let really the story guide the documentary in itself. I think, if I'm reading this right, $68,000.
Holy shit, you're definitely going now. That's a full ride. Is that a full ride?
You're giving me a full ride scholarship. The entire process of building Forbidden was about 4 years. So we spent 2 years in the field. At first it was really focusing on my activist work in North Carolina, and then it kind of developed into my struggle in finding a pathway to college.
He graduated from high school in 2007. He went to college in 2014. That's a lot of time that he spent just fighting for the rights of himself and others like him.
Many Americans don't know that there are structural and institutional barriers to this day that do not allow undocumented students to go to college.
I didn't know that there were all these barriers in his path. I didn't know at his age he couldn't even go to college. And I figured there were probably more people like myself who would also be baffled by this information and want to take action and do something about it.
American Progress has estimated that there are approximately 53,000 DREAM Act eligible youth in the state of North Carolina, and if these 53,000 students were to go to college and obtain a four-year degree, the economic impact of that would be $7.8 billion in additional revenue to North Carolina.
When people see the film, I hope that they can put themselves in Moises' shoes, in his mother's shoes, and to consider if they were in that situation, what would they have done? You know, the choice to walk 5 days across the desert was a better option than staying where they were. I think speaks volumes about the situation.
I always thought that I was someone who participated in social justice, but I found out doing this project that I was not. It really opened my eyes to how much we need to do as people, especially as white people.
It's been incredible to see how Americans have changed their minds about immigration reform. Once you explain it to them and once they see this documentary, and to be honest with you, I didn't think it was going to go anywhere. And it still doesn't feel real. So I think maybe when Dana Delaney hugs me, maybe then it'll feel real.